you think we should actually draw these?
Draw the lots for the trees.
Right, brilliant. You got your MOJO down to 3 contenders.
I'm afraid we
Oh
are.
yeah. Oh, more you have.
Sam decided to withdraw.
We're going by height.
Ryan, you at the end.
I will be. I'm just a little short.
You're on the small crew.
Is that 1 or 2?
Take your pick.
Put that one back there. Fixed.
That's you, right?
Shit's getting real now, isn't it?
No pressure.
What we got?
It's the one on the end.
That one there.
That one.
What have you got?
C.
C, you've got the other big one. You've got the one you didn't want.
I know, how can I cheer?
Oh, right.
Do you want to take a picture, Chris, for the club?
Yeah. Good point, yeah.
He would if he
At the
could.
bottom of my heart.
Yeah, I'll put the flash on because.
Shite. Is that recording, is it? I'll keep swearing away.
You can swear away as much as you like.
Wait till the end. Get out.
Looks like it's.
Cheers.
That's right. Smile, maybe happy.
Not happy with that then.
Right, look at me. I'm going to win.
I'll keep this to see then.
Right. Well, yes, we better remember which side we send them to. Great purpose. Well, I'm on. Just work on the tree.
Yeah. So it's now 11. 11.
That's what I wrote on the list. I don't do anything that I don't write on the list.
And then at the end, then Malcolm will come and
Judge.
Sir Richard.
Candid camera.
Well, I've been on the radio this week already.
Oh, right. Thanks for radio. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
No! Radio WM.
WM.
West Midlands.
West Midlands Radio.
BBC Radio WM.
Oh, awesome. Very good. And what was that for?
To advertise this.
Advertise this
What time are they
Excellent.
starting at next door?
They've started.
Have they?
Yeah, they've drawn trees. 2 of them are happy, 1 of them's not.
Who got A? Which one got A?
That was the first drawn number, the big chap, the tallest one of the 3.
Which one did your man get?
He got the worst one. He got B. He was like, just my luck, innit? I'm not happy with that. But there you go. So I've just bumped into Brian and Dave from the West Midlands Bonsai Society.
We're not married.
And,
We're not married.
they make a lovely couple. And they just want to tell you a little bit about their club and where they meet, etc. So over to you two.
Okay, Dave, go on.
Okay, yeah, we meet the first Thursday of every month
Moseley Cricket Club.
at Moseley Cricket Club in Solihull. We've got about 30 members, all
And
very
growing.
active
And
and growing. It's a club that's growing. And we invite anybody to come along who's in that area, come along and see our club.
Unity of Bonsai.
We're very, very kind, we help people out, we do what we can. This is our club show, which happens once a year.
So get yourselves along to the club. I'll put the details below in the chat, so you've got no excuses to work out where these guys are. And I'll put all the details on when they meet, and yeah, hopefully you can get some new people walking through the doors.
Come along and see us.
Well done, Scott. Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right, mate.
Right, dude.
Cheers, Booker. I'll enjoy
welcome,
that
mate.
tonight.
Alex's mum.
what Mark's doing. So Mark's wiring, so you can see from more out of the way, it's wiring. And he's also trimming back with the scissors, cutting away the foliage, or pinching, look underneath. The aim is to clean the underneath, keep the underneath nice and clean. Go in with the scissors and cut back inside so we don't get brown tips. And then they're wired to wherever you want those to go.
Okay.
And yes, that's the technique. You can explain perfectly.
Okay. I just find it really cool.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, so where do you live?
I'm currently living in Germany. I've come back.
Oh, you're a bit far to act.
I know. I'm back again next
Well,
week.
you should take. I'm done with wire. Sorry, tidying up a little bit. Great.
Carnage cam.
Yeah, I was just about to put it in there.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Mark Akins from Beechfield for supplying all the tools and a nice MOJO table.
MOJO range of tables, the MOJO tools.
Tools and everything, yeah, his own brand. I can't strap it on to turn it. I'll have to get a big strap.
Have to get the strap sorted, yeah.
And he's been tested. Oh, where's the doctor? So these three put together on the finish. No. Well, they'll upload there from that one over there, but those what before. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think the flowers are not flowers, you sprinkle them on your back. And then the next one is a candle, and then you want more things to have a drink while you're having a
The race 18 import them from Japan, almost certainly has to reserve. Right.
and a couple of brought back fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy that shot off.
That's the thing we want to install the
He's melted down.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the story. Everybody, but he was very good about it. And I asked him,
Don't go without getting one last speaking
Apples appear on the bomb, I mean, the design is well, really good. This isn't the one, this is.
Tried it, mate.
Very hard to separate from this also. I mean, there isn't one you could say, oh God, what's that, you know. They're all really good.
Yeah, they're all pretty cracking.
Just a lump of
They're very, very good.
Question show, I don't know. Oh God, I'm going to have a long look at it.
And we're on.
I know, sorry, I've got...
Right.
Oh, sorry.
First and foremost, everybody, the three of you, congratulations. You've done some very nice styling. In fact, it came to the point where I was thinking to myself, I shouldn't be here because I'm having a hell of a job. But in the end, and I'm going to justify my decisions for the benefit of the three of you, there can only be the one winner, and it is the owner of Tree B.
Congratulations, mate.
You're Ryan.
I'm Ryan, yeah.
Ryan, with our compliments, that's your trophy. And as I say,
Cheers.
Now in case, if you want to come around and I'll talk to each tree in turn. Let's start with this one here. Whose was this?
It's mine.
That's yours. Okay. Now, I think it was a difficult a small tree to begin with, slightly smaller than the other two. But the important thing is, I like the way you've done your gins and sherry. The two issues I had was the sherry went very low down here, and I think if you brought it to a V, inverted V shape, just slightly higher, because one of the things, and I've been faced with this at European events, if you take it a bit too low, and it comes to the soil and the watering level, you can start to get sometimes a bit of rot. But that's another. But the other thing I thought would have made it that, given it that bit more of an edge, you've done your pads here very nicely. But I would like to have seen this slightly elevated, so amalgamating more with the sherry. But otherwise, as I say, not the easiest. In fact, the smaller the tree, the more difficult it always is.
Definitely is.
It's always been that way, and nothing's going to change. So, nice job done. But, anyway.
It's his first go at the juniper, no? Because you don't do
Yeah, I don't do junipers.
You don't do juniper?
I've never worked on juniper in my life.
Well, all the credit, more credit to you.
I appreciate that.
Well done.
Thank you anyway.
Thank you, and
Cheers.
a good effort.
Thank you.
Right, next one, let's go to this one here. I take it that's yours. I love this one again. Now, my only concern was you could have perhaps done a bit more refinement in levelling out the pads. So you'd have them more like this. There could be, there's a fair density of growth. So a bit more refinement on the apex. You could have lost a bit of the foliage there. That would have helped. But the other thing, when it comes to gins, it's always difficult. I can see where you've gone with this, and I like the idea of the gin exceeding above the actual apex there. But when it comes to very thin bits like that, in reality, think of what would be happening in nature. This would not have survived. If you cut those back to shorter stubs, then you'd have a more realistic, I think, image of the tree. Secondly, I'm not sure one rather than two down there. I'd have gone for this one and cut it back because it's a busier sherry, if you know what I mean. So you could, if you wanted to, I'm going to take this away with you at the end. You could afford to lose that one, trim these back, perhaps take it back to about there. It's in nature. John Narker always used to say, think of where the tree is, the elements that are hitting it. So I would say that that would be the limit of your gins and sherries. Okay? Yeah. But otherwise, lovely effort. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. And last but not least, where's Ryan? Now then, let's get to the front. I want to come around and see it from here. Again, lovely bit of work. You haven't bothered too much with the gins in that sense. It's been, in that sense, minimalistic. You've just got this short one up here, which is cut back, which is coming to the point I was making with you. But what you managed to do here is get a very balanced image indeed. In terms of the pads, so your first, second, third, you've got the three-dimensional image, nigh on perfect. More importantly, you've been prepared to be adventurous, cut back on the foliage. And so you've got your level pads. So in terms of light intensity, circulation of air around it, that is going to work nicely. And I think for you two gentlemen, if you were to thin out on, well, you more especially, thin out more on the pads, then you're going to have, both of you, some very nice trees that'll, be on a par with this one. But in this instance, as I say, that has come out to look a perfectly well-balanced tree, and my congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Thank you.
Cheers. As I say,